So my last video didn't do too well, and not that surprising. It was my first video, but I kind of was thinking about like, well, what could I do better? And I realized that I didn't really give the reason that I even wanted to talk about the problem of chaos. Like, I don't think anyone really knew what that was, or they probably just didn't even care. Um, so basically, chaos. I'm gonna redefine it because I'm sure that most of you haven't watched the last video. Um, chaos is basically okay. Sorry, I was trying to think of a way to explain it. But I'm just gonna use the same way I did last video. Basically, to get the basic premise here, uh, you have a map, and I'll use this Dorito bag here. You're reading this map, and like picture like you're on the S or something and you can see everything and you're looking around, but maybe you see like an extra S over here for some reason, like where you're at. That would be kind of chaos because you'd be like, well, is this map really accurate? You know what I mean? It was accurate a second ago, but it's not anymore. What happened? And that would be a pretty good representation of chaos. I'm gonna give another one. You are working on a project with four people, and then you guys finally finish. It looks amazing, and you're about to turn it in, and then one of the people in your group just rips it in half for no reason. That would be chaos. I don't want to start streaming. I want to stop. But essentially, the reason chaos exists is because reality moves, and like we don't. Like we do move, and reality totally moves. But what I mean is like reality moves all the time. Boo 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 boo. And we don't do that. So if we try to build a life that never changes, which is normally what we want, uh, it's not really it's not really possible because it wouldn't be we wouldn't be building anything stable. We'd be building something that's decaying, right? Because it's not changing. It's not moving, and the universe moves and it's not moving with it, right? So today I'm going to be explaining the first principle of orderism, um, the Ontology of Growth. It's the book I'm writing. You could check it out in the description if you want. I have viewing access on. You're allowed to comment. Feel free to read it, comment. Looking for a publisher, so that'd be great if someone checked that out. But starting with this first principle, reality moves, systems either adapt, refine, reorganize, or they decay. This is the structure in which that I view the world around us, and it is the it is the metaphysical tie between the majority of the Maya. My God, it is the it is the metaphysical tie between a majority of my ideas. This metaphysical tie works in its own way, you know, like it it kind of brings in this thing called structural debt. Like we'll use that as like a metaphor at least, right? So when we refuse to move with reality, as in we kind of push at our own speed and only go as you just move linearly kind of, um we accumulate debt, right? And this is like I said, I do want to just touch on this because I poorly explained it. When we don't really move, like we're not moving forward with our life, or we're not literally moving, like we're being stagnant. It would be the best word for it. But we accumulate this debt, and a lie, like doing something wrong, is very very debt heavy, right? It builds a lot of debt because it pushes us against the motion of how reality is moving, and it sets a disillusion from it. You know what I mean? So like picture this. Reality is like this, right? And we are all constantly kind of going along and following it everywhere it goes. And but we'll say I'm this hand and reality is this hand. I'll occasionally, when I wake up in the morning, not really want to take a shower. So breaking my routine, breaking my normal life kind of, it's not really bad, but that's a really poor example, to be honest. um Picture someone is living their life, they're going straight ahead. This person is about to go to Harvard and they're like got their life on track and then they just drop out of high school. And they start doing a bunch of drugs. So they're like kind of fading slowly away from how reality normally moves for them. And they're like dropping this. And we can change our life. I'm not saying that we can't change our routines or change our life or anything. I'm just saying that you're breaking this overall alignment with your reality when we do things that are wrong or abnormal, right? Because they change the structure around us. Like, for example, me not showering changes how my entire day goes. You know what I mean? You've ever heard of the kicking a rock 10,000 years ago would delete us or something like that. It's a very strong concept, but to live with it is also very abstract and it's very useful. Um, Now bringing in reorganization, like how do we reorganize? Like how do we do that? Um, we do that through refinement. And so picture you're paying the debt. Sorry, I don't know, like my brain kind of fucked up there. But basically how we pay up this debt is basically by doing something harder, going back to that and then doing something super hard and growth heavy for us. So like working out or a hard conversation. And these are perfect examples too because working out builds us up, it grows us, right? And that sets us back into life because we want to be in a constant state of growth, right? Like me not taking a shower dribbles down my growth, right? I need to be clean so I can grow and I can move throughout my day, or I'll do less. Like I was saying, my day tends to go really different when I don't do that. Um, so yeah, but it's the best way to get our systems back into alignment and like getting in with our life because we're doing something that is very it's a very big task for us and it moves us forward very heavy, so it pushes us back on track. Um, I'm gonna take this tree analogy, right? So you don't want to be a stone, unmoving, right? You don't want to be a stone. You want to be a tree that uses the wind to strengthen its wood. You know what I mean? Like you want to be something. You don't want to be just something that stays still. You want to be something that changes often, and you don't want to change your entire being. You want to change by adding. You need to know that change isn't I'm gonna remove this or I'm gonna put this into this. It's I'm gonna add or I'm gonna do any of those things. You know what I mean? The change can literally be any sort of I don't want to make a circular definition. Uh Change is breaking a pattern. Like you've altered the pattern. But essentially, if it's a system, this kind of rule of adapt or decay, like a living system or like something that's a moving system, it kind of follows this adapter to decay kind of line of thinking. Not really a third option where something is just uh in the middle. You're either adapting or you're decaying. You can have a balance between the two for sure, but it doesn't equal anything else. It's just a balance between the two. Uh, to sum this up and conclude this cleanly, I've spent about a year mapping this stuff out, so I'm pretty good at it. I've got 14 different areas of life that I've fully basically applied this to and been able to make it its own philosophy. So, like I said, if you seriously ever want to check out that book, it's in the description. It's in the description. But I beg you to read it though and pressure test all my ideas, or even just pressure test and complain about this video as much as possible. Um, I'm gonna put that in the opening. I'm gonna make an intro, and I'm just gonna say, "Complain about this video as much as possible," but, yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you loved the video. So good night, good afternoon, and good morning.
Alright.